We are so back. Heads up, apologies for not posting for quite a while. 1 week off is lazy, 2 weeks off is abhorrent, 3 weeks, you might think that I've passed away. Life has been a little bit crazy, but I only want to upload when I truly think I've got something to share. So without further ado, let's do a little Q&A. First off, thoughts on Alex Eubank hopping on? Let's get into the meat and potatoes of it. So as a natty, I wanted to do my due diligence by asking what other coaches thought about this. I'm not that familiar with Alex Eubank. I didn't want to just come across as someone blatantly shitting on Alex just because he's on roids. Heads up, I'm about to shit on Alex. So Alex believes that using testosterone will help him stay lean year-round while maintaining high energy, libido, and overall well-being. And this is what's known as the honeymoon effect of roids. That's something that I picked up from Faz's interpretation of this. That's someone I follow. This wears off after a few months, leading people to chase the initial high of jumping on gear and inevitably being either faced with a choice of upping the dose or coming off the gear and having a substantial decrease in that energy and libido and having to do post-cycle therapy and all that stuff, because you just know Alex isn't thinking about doing a low dose. He doesn't do anything by halves, from what I've seen. With someone with his mindset, who's very financially, spiritually driven, most content creators, they have these traits in common. They don't do anything by halves. He's hardworking, that's for sure. He's not just going to go on a low dose bra. So yeah, this is a young guy. If you don't feel amazing now at this age, low dosing ain't going to save you. It's kind of a surprising attitude for someone who said that bodybuilding isn't his focus right now, and he's also a Christian. But then he says he's going to jump on gear, and I'm not surprised at all. I knew it was going to happen eventually because that's just something that all of these aesthetic bra people do. David Lade was a prime example. I'm pretty sure that he was pretty open about some gear use. He said that roids will help him stay lean year-round. Yeah, because steroids are known for giving you that chiseled look year-round, aren't they? Yeah, sure. All these aesthetic influences are the same, man. They get shredded, they use lighting and angles, they get intense body dysmorphia when the photos don't match the bathroom mirror, they have a personal crisis, and then hop on. For what it's worth, Alex doesn't even weigh 200 pounds yet, and he's juicing, which is completely insane to me. I know that he's not the tallest, so I do get that, but still, I've only ever made a case for using juice if you have professional competitive ambition. If you want to be a social media influencer, if you just want to be super super jacked, just look the best, have the best physique on the beach, don't do it. Next question: 3-day split for upper and lower body. Does it work? It totally does. By the way, that's what I do currently. A high intensity, low volume upper lower split with 2 upper and 1 lower day each week can maximize recovery and minimize fatigue. That's the second part of the question. I do it rolling, so I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, etc. But it goes A, B, A, B, A, B. So I'm training a muscle group 1.5 times per week. There's lots of reasons for this. I've got other things going on in my life at the moment. I'm in a calorie deficit. So at the moment, a 3-day rolling split works really well for me. And by the way, I haven't lost any muscle. I'm not growing a significant amount, that's for sure. The reason you lose muscle on a cut isn't because you're training less, it's because you're failing to recover. So every session that I go into, I am more recovered on a 3-day split, that I can train the muscle again. It just takes a couple of extra days longer to recover. That means that overall, while in this deficit, I have less opportunities to grow, but I have more opportunity to recover. And those are two different things, by the way. So to answer your question, yeah, a 3-day split for upper and lower body, completely fine. If you're an advanced lifter, it's going to mean that you're going to have to roll the days, though, into the next week. I might go into this topic a bit further in future, but for now, that's all you need to know. Next question. Are loo raises a preferred alternative to lateral raises? I would only say so if your shoulders aren't the healthiest. If you don't have healthy shoulders, then I would recommend loo raises. It's going to give you some more shoulder stability. It's going to maybe target a little bit more lower trap, enhance some of that scapular motion. It's probably a good idea. The thing is with loo raises is you are inevitably capped at a certain weight. You can kind of cheat the strength curve a little bit by bending your arms, so it kind of does this weird kind of motion. As it happens, I don't do either at the moment. I'm just on the cables and machines for my side delts. That's kind of going to lead into a later question. But between these two movements, both lateral raises and loo raises, I would probably pick loo raises and then modify the lateral raise to maybe grow a little bit more muscle by changing the angle of the bench, doing something more like a Meadows raise. Next question is about legs with calisthenics. Can you build good legs with calisthenics? You could probably train calisthenics with your legs pretty hard and pull up your shorts, and they would look okay. Every calisthenics channel that I've seen, they also do traditional compound lifts to grow their legs. They don't just do calisthenics for their legs. If you're interested in skills, then yeah, go for it. But for size, it's a no-go. The only two valid exercises that I know of is the reverse Nordic curl and the Nordic curl. They're both amazing for the quads and hamstrings, respectively. The problem is with reverse Nordics, you need exceptional mobility. For the Nordic curls, you need one heck of a setup. I used to have to put my feet under a bench and loop a band around my chest so I could do sets of 10 to 15. That said, the Nordic curl is an S tier exercise. It's probably the best hamstring exercise you can do. It's between that and the seated leg curl. Overall, if you have the option to train legs in a gym with weights and machines, definitely do it. Final question, it's just a short video today. Behind the neck presses versus front presses for deltoid growth. So behind the neck presses are better for side delts. They give a much nicer stretch and they have a better stimulus to fatigue ratio than front presses just because you get more out of less weight, assuming you don't snap your shit up. That said, I've completely ditched vertical pressing behind the neck or in front because I'm now doing everything I reasonably can to focus on my chest training. Any kind of this movement that takes away from pec recovery and keeping nice, strong, healthy shoulders, I've ditched. So I'm just on the cables and machines for my side delts now. More on this in future. I might do a chest specialization phase in my next bulk. I know that sounds completely unnecessary for most people, but overall, my chest is a weak link relatively. I need to get my triceps, neck, chest, and I suppose calves bigger. But realistically, I'm not that bothered about calves. So that is the Q&A. It was a short one today. It was a bit of a different style. Let me know if you have any more questions below or if you have something that you want me to develop on what I've said here. I'm going to try and get out 1 or 2 of these per week. So if this is of any value to you, then drop the video a like, I guess. I will see you guys in the next video.